So basically you got like three brushes. So maybe just pick up the smaller one. The smaller one will be easier to sort of start off with. So normally, like with the brushes that you use in watercolor, larger brushes you use for like washes, so getting in big areas of color. So things like the sky, the earth, or it could be big like areas of water and stuff like that. And usually with smaller brushes, they don't hold much water. So if you kind of compare them, the larger ones, it's got like a bigger belly, so it holds more water. It's very hard to control. So if you try to draw like like a ship or a person with it, you're probably not going to have too much luck. So usually with more detailed stuff, I use that smaller brush, but I try to paint a lot of the painting with the big brush first. Okay, so because most of the painting is actually composed of bigger shapes. So sky, earth, water, hills, maybe some buildings and stuff like that as well. Okay, so I just want to get you used to just having to play around with some of the watercolors. So what you do is that normally I just dip my brush into the water first. Okay, and then what you can do is on your palettes. Okay, and this is funny as well, because you see if you dip it straight in the water and then you lift it out, the brush is completely soaked, right? So then you pretty much, if you mix it in with some kind of paint, like a bit of blue or something, okay, go back and forwards, because you mix it in with the blue. Use the blue, the kind of darker blue. I'll bring this palette a bit over like this maybe, so you can see. Here we got it. As you can see, I clean my palette pretty often. So you can see how much like the consistency of the paint that I'm using, right? So I would say it's about 50% water, 50% paint. Okay, so you kind of got like a medium kind of tone, and just have a play around. Just add that to the paper. Yep. And just pick up that paint, add it to the paper, and just have a look at what color it appears as. And rather than looking at the color as well, I want you to think about how light or how dark that color is. Don't be afraid, just play around. Remember, we're only just learning, so with these little exercises at the start, I think it's just good to help you understand. Get used to putting that paintbrush on the paper, otherwise it starts getting a bit confusing if you don't do some of these exercises. Now, what you want to do, if you put less water into that paint, okay, so if I pick up the brush, okay, and then really get a lot of that paint in, okay, and then just sort of go straight onto the paper, you notice it's darker, right? So the more water that we add into the paint, the lighter that color will be. Usually with acrylics and oils, if you want to lighten a color, you have to add in white, or if you want to darken a color, you're going to add in black, or just another dark color basically. But with watercolors, if you want to lighten a color, you just simply add more water. Okay, so that's what I want you guys to just practice at the moment. Try different consistencies of paint. So we want to try like a really diluted paint, almost like 90% water and 10% paint. Look at that. That's very, very light. This one here on the side, see? So with each of these consistencies of paint, you actually paint different things depending on the consistency. For the sky, I'll usually use something like this, a very, very light wash. So I'm using like very, very, very little paint. Okay. So you can kind of play around, use different paints as well. So you can, for example, pick up a bit of red, a bit of red straight onto the scene like that. And it's very dark if you use just a little bit of water, maybe 10% of water, 90% paint. Okay, and if you want it to be just a bit lighter, just add a little bit more water. And I'm always going, if you see kind of on the side here, I'm always going back and forth between the water and the palette and the paint, trying to get different consistencies of paint. I think that's one of the hardest things to understand in painting, is to understand like the difference between a light and a dark sort of tone when you're painting. Because usually in the distance,
sorry, the last one.
Hey.
Hello.
Oh yeah.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, usually, if we look into the distance, if you're looking at a mountain range or something, it's going to be really, really light in the distance. Objects closer to us appear sharper, more detailed, often darker. So, so have a play around with the different colours. You've got a pretty good idea of it. So, do you want to show everyone that one? I think that's a pretty good example. So kind of like just adding more water as you go down, it just starts lightening that colour. So practicing that, okay? And usually, with this small brush, it's not going to pick up much water anyway. But we'll start off with this because it's just going to give you more control. Okay. And we'll do a little bit of colour mixing as well, show you how to mix different colours. So, the main, yeah, you can grab one of those. You can mix, usually if I want to make like a purple, you mix a bit of blue and a bit of red together. So I'll pick up a bit of blue here, okay, just a bit of blue, and then I'll go back, pick up some more water into the red, and just drop that in like that. And then you've got a nice kind of purplish color that you can then use here, okay? And, depending on how much red you put in there or how much blue you can get in there, you can get different kinds of purples.
What's the next again? Red and
red and blue. Red and blue. Yeah. So red and the dark blue. Yeah. Just try that together. Okay.
I've got my first artwork. Purple.
Yeah.
It's abstract.
Nice.
Could be name.
How are you guys finding it so far? In terms of mixing the paints around, if make sure that you're using enough water in there as well. So it's nice and kind of transparent. So this is that's a pretty good example as well. So a lot of times when you come across people who have done acrylics or oils, they use paint almost straight without mixing any water with it. But in watercolors, you have to make sure you add that water. That's what creates that beautiful kind of transparent look. Okay. So, yeah, just have a play around and just get used to using light and dark colors, controlling how much water is on your that kind of water to paint mixture. Okay. So. And what we'll do a little mini painting. Yeah, and that's a good idea as well. Like if your water gets a bit too dirty, usually you can just go empty it out, get some new stuff. A nice bit of a faded wash there. That's good. Yeah, look at this. Some psychedelic colours going on. So that's an interesting technique as well. Where if you want to show everyone, kind of again like another, where you're going from dark to light. You start off with a really dark color on top, and you just add more water as you go down, and then it fades. So normally when you're doing kind of sunset scenes and stuff like that, can work quite well. You can also start with one color. For example, you can start with a bit of purple up the top like this, okay, and then come further down and then add in a bit of orange, okay, and kind of blend the colors together, okay. So you kind of have a section in the center where there is, like a kind of transition between colors, okay.